All right, so let's talk about Florida for a minute.
Okay.
All right, so, you know, storm capital of the world is probably Florida, one of the worst places. So we take our emergency preparedness kits very seriously.
We do.
And I always say, if you can get 2 for 1, get 2 for 1, because if you got a flashlight and your partner doesn't have one, well, then you're having to run around together and you can't take care of the kids and all that stuff. If these were just flashlights, they'd be awesome, but Lou, they're a lot more.
Oh, they're a lot
more.
Yeah, and you know what I love about these? So this is the only waterproof pair I've ever sold from Bell & Howell, or pretty much from anybody.
I've never done one on HSN.
No,
yeah.
I mean, that's the crazy thing. So, I mean, if you camp, if you fish, if you boat, you know, if you want to put this in your emergency preparedness kit, easy for me to say, you got to get one of these. So it's very, very simple the way this works. It has one button right here. It's a multifunction button. The first time I press it, you're going to get that spotlight, okay? You can see that's crazy, crazy bright. That uses a surface mount diode. Then it has an area light built into it. So when I hit that, look how bright that is, guy. I mean, that throws off a lot of light. Hit it again, and it's got a red light on there. Now, you know, a lot of people see the red light, and they're like, why isn't it a flashing red light? Well, the reason is sometimes if you don't want to kill your night vision, you use a red light. So it doesn't do that. You'll be able to see other things. Then we got the flashing red light, and that's if you get in distress. And there's one more interesting feature on this, and guys, I'm going to go down to this little plexiglass water thing that I got in front of me here, because watch this. If you're on a boat or if you're outside, you fall in the water, watch what happens. The minute this hits the water, it starts flashing on its own.
Oh,
so you don't even have to touch it. I've seen life jackets that do that when you go in the water and they inflate.
Yeah.
This is that certain kind of concept. As soon as it hits the water, it starts flashing.
It's like the airline. The airline gives you those life jackets. When they hit water, they start blinking.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
So, I mean, even having, like, obviously, Lou, who has a lot, you know, he's been in law enforcement on the water as well.
On the water.
And he knows all about it, about the importance of if somebody falls over or whatever, even if you're fishing, it might be a bad idea to clip this on your belt when you're fishing. You fall over and you've got an automatic emergency light, but it's the multifunction. And there's even a little bit, isn't there storage in here too?
There's a little bit of storage right on the top here, this little clear section.
So for like keys or money?
Yeah, you could put keys or you could put money inside of this. Like it's like a nesting doll, the way this thing comes apart.
Yeah.
But look in the top right there. So if you wanted to, if you're on the boat, going to the beach or something like that, kayaking, canoeing, you know, whatever, and you wanted to put your set of keys in here, or just a key.
$20 bill.
And a $20 bill, you're good to go. I mean, you know, in case you stop somewhere, you got to get some beverages.
So these work on 3 AAA batteries.
Correct.
Okay, it's LED, so the batteries last super, super duper long. But I mean, you know, it's funny, and I've said this to Lou before. You know, my dad was one of those guys that always prepared, right? We used to make fun of, be like, yeah, okay, you got 50 pounds of deer meat in the freezer. When are we ever going to eat that? Yet when the power would go out, we ate better than anybody. But he also would put water aside. You need to prepare. The people that prepare, they don't survive, they thrive.
They do.
They actually get by.
You gotta be ready.
Yeah, and if you are a boater or a fisherman, or if you just want to take the dog for a walk, there's a little clip. There's a clip right here, so you could clip it with a little carabiner on your belt.
You could hang this on backpack, anything like that. I mean, or inside of a tent. I mean, that's what's so cool about this. And when you look at all the features this had, I mean, this has all the features that we always talk about. The distance light that's on the front of this, okay? You've got that really, really bright distance light on the front of this. You've got that area light. So if I set this down on a table, it's gonna light up a whole big space around me. You know, if I, you know, need for some reason to, again, like I said earlier, I don't want to destroy my night vision, I've got that red light. I could read by this, and then, boom, the flashing red light if we get into trouble. And then, of course, in the water, we've got the one that automatically turns on by itself when it lands in the water. I mean, the features on this thing are crazy, plus that little tiny bit of storage.
And by the way, you're getting 2.
Yeah.
You know, whenever we do stuff like this, they put the little 2-pack right at the end of the information. You're getting 2 of these. So if you've got a partner, you know, husband, wife, partner, whatever, if you've got kids and you want to make sure each one of the kids or grandkids has one of these in their room, let me tell you, you know, when that power goes out, everybody has a tendency to panic, but you don't have to if you've prepared a little bit in advance. I always say you should have a couple days of food, you should have a couple days of water. If you can get one of our EcoFlow or one of our generators, you've got a little bit of power, but light is the first thing we miss.
It is.
Right?
It is. Well, it makes everything else so much harder to do. If you've got that light, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, even if you're just doing something as silly as just walking the dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that it's silly, but it's mundane, you know? You do it all the time. You need a light out there, and this is that kind of light that's going to draw attention to you. It's going to help you see what's out there around you. And I love that feature. The white light, the all-around white light on this is great. That's a really great feature.
Tony, is it possible to turn the lights all the way out? I want everybody to get an idea, because we have 38,000 different studio lights in here, and you don't really get an idea for just how bright these are.
Oh, there you go.
So we're going to turn them off. I'm going to walk back here.
Look at that.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn the flashlight on, but then you get to see how much light, you know, with Lou and I mean, it's a little, but you get a lot of light.
Yeah.
And if you're stranded
Look at that.
on the, let's say you get in a car accident, you pull off the road in a snowstorm, you're gonna, you know, you tell whoever's coming to get you, look for the flashing red light.
Right.
You're gonna probably see this from a couple of miles away.
No, you will.
Yeah.
And see, I like this. Like you and I right now, you know, folks, you know, on camera, everything always looks a little bit darker. But for you and I standing here, this is giving me plenty of light around me. If I needed to cook on a campfire with this, if I needed to just, you know, in a blackout, walk to the bathroom, I got it. I mean, I can do this. And don't underestimate this light here, this SMD that's in the front of this. This thing here is crazy, crazy bright. I mean, that back wall is pretty far away from us. That is very, very bright. And this one here is the one that amazes me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
having that like that little tube lighting. So if you are camping, you know, if you're fishing at night, it's absolutely ideal.
Yep.
780-233 is the item number. This is also one of those great items. If you're looking to just maybe stock up on some gifts for people, right?
Yep.
You don't know what to buy them. A flashlight you could buy for anybody. And Lou, you and I have talked about this before when you got kids.
Yep.
Remember what, you know, the first big boy or big girl thing you give
that's a
them?
flashlight.
Flashlight.
That's a
Flashlight, pocket
Yep.
knife.
Yep.
BB gun,
Yep.
right?
That's right.
Maybe not in that order, but you know what I'm saying. But that's what, so your kids, it's actually their first responsibility thing.
It is.
Right?
It is. It makes them feel like an adult. It gives them that
I
feeling.
love that.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely. All right, so real quick, $40 gift card today, our $40 credit if you get a brand new HSN credit card. That'll pay for the 2-pack of flashlights, it'll pay for the tax, it'll pay for the shipping, all that stuff, all under one roof. If you want to grab it, we'll put the information up for our credit card. I am still just as excited as I can be that my friend Lou Caputo is back in the studio.
I'm thrilled too, man. I got to tell you.
Of course, Kelly's not with you, which makes us sad.
No.
But that gives her some
She's
time.
watching, though.
She gets some time off, Kelly. God bless her.
She's earned it.
All right, take her out to the pub. You gotta take her out.
Oh, you know I will.
Anyway, 780-233. Lou, good to see you, buddy.
You
Thanks
too, buddy.
for being here.
My pleasure.
Hey, coming up, all right, my pick of the show. You know how much I love the spinners? The multicolor has been sold out forever, okay?